you to the first FKF Leadership Graduation Ceremony. Today marks a groundbreaking moment as we celebrate the very first cohort of the emerging leaders who have successfully completed this transformative leadership journey. Once again, Amela.
Before we begin, allow me to introduce some of our guest speakers here.
The graduation of this cohort of the leadership program is the culmination of a striving and zealous undertaking by the leadership and management of the program. The achieved overarching objective of the leadership program was to create a lasting impact through an exceptional leadership program. True leadership leaves marks that time cannot erase at all. It shapes organizations, transforms communities, and changes lives. Each choice you make as a leader ripples outward, touching more people than you might realize. Graduates. This is a cornerstone of human development that remains glaringly clear to Profane and his collaborators, which motivated them to create and develop this program. Today, their hard work has come full circle as a reward in the form of graduating a cohort of the program. This is a day to say thank you, and yes, thank you, God Almighty, for answering a prayer for these graduates, and of course, the developers of the program. Profane did not only want to help himself, but also wanted to give back by focusing on developing other leaders. Great people know their legacy lives on through the people they mentor and guide. These leaders create chances for others to grow, learn, and eventually surpass their own accomplishments. And this is what we hope that you understand today as graduates. Building lasting leadership means looking beyond short-term gains. Smart leaders like Profane strike a balance between immediate needs and long-term stability. They make choices such as creating the leadership program that benefits both current and future generations of their community. Profane asks that I convey a message to the graduates. The message is as follows. Your decision today shapes tomorrow's reality. Let me repeat. The decisions you make today shapes the realities of tomorrow. And during my session, I think we talked about decision making. Think carefully about what you want to leave behind. And this message goes to every one of us in this hall today. Will your leadership create positive change that continues after you've moved on? It's a question that it means to be answered by every single one of us. Will people think of you as someone who made their lives better? It's a question we answer individually. At this juncture, I must also express my delight in having facilitated the class on ethics and governance. During the class, we talked about how strong values form the core of lasting leadership. Strong values. Stay with your principles, even when facing pressure to compromise. And I think this is something that basically we can all relate to living in a country like Gambia. Don't want to say much about that. Let me just throw that out. Trust and set standards for others to follow. Consistency. It shows that doing the right thing matters more than doing the easy thing. Let's say that together, graduates. Doing the right thing matters more than doing the easy thing. Remember that lesson? Let's go with it. To the graduates, I say that showing or teaching others becomes a central part of your leadership path going forward. Share your knowledge from this program, your experience from this program, even if it's about Dr. Krupali teaching you about your hairstyle. Share it. Right? Your mistakes as well. Help others avoid past mistakes and build on your successes as well. Your lessons multiply your positive impact across time. Make doing the right thing the easy choice through smart, personal principles and values. And remember, your influence as a leader goes far beyond your time in any position or in your community. Make choices you will feel proud of years from now. Build something worthy of continuing and improving by future generations. And that's exactly what Dr. Fane has done here along with his collaborators. Building something that will last the test of time. Keep in mind that true leaders serve something larger than themselves. They work to make things better for others, even if they won't personally benefit from all the improvements they create. Dr. Fane said, let me tell you that. This selfless approach builds legacies that truly last. This is what Prof. Fane is trying to do, and so I ask all to join in our own way to make this possible. Remember to let your leadership light the way for others to follow. It's like a torchlight. You light it for others to follow. Create positive change that grows stronger over time. You too should be a link in the change started by Prof. Fane to develop people who will carry excellence forward into the future. In closing, I want to say together, we can build legacies of positive impact that stand the test of time. I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you for listening, and God bless. Thank you.
Interesting, very interesting. We want to thank you so much for that wonderful speech. I hope you inspired. And Dr. Krupali, if I may ask, how about my hairstyle?
Very nice. You went to my own barber.
Great. Now, important remarks that are very, very excellent and they can guide you in the future. You know, he said building lasting leaders, meaning going beyond short-term goals. So you have to think about that, which is a very important. Your decision today definitely show you the reality tomorrow. I hope this award that you will utilize as a product to excel in the future. And of course, don't forget, today you are passed through this journey. You should also teach others so they can learn from you.
And I cannot just pass without saying thank you, Dr. Okaway, and then thank you for a wonderful speech. Indeed, true leaders, they mentor and they guide. And that is why we have the FKF Leaders Academy program. Make sure every leader that passes through it will be able to have this good ethical leadership skills. In that case, whenever you are, you are afraid to speak up your mind because you know you're doing the right thing at the right time. So thank you once again.
Great, thank you so much once again. And we want to thank you just to remind you, Prof panel is ours, isn't it? Prof is our. Please a round of applause for Prof panel. But don't forget, Houston to be boss. Now we want to thank you once again. And continue with this wonderful work. We want to recognize some wonderful young leaders that are among us. These leaders are shaping within our communities, creating the difference.
Right!
Yeah.
You inspired and received it, even before hearing from their city.
Thank you so much.
And
Now,
one of them, I must say, I was started in my father, they have my mentor, Miss Hannah Berry.
Hannah, please a round of applause.
This is my mentor. He's sitting here, sits behind me. I must say, he has a good very important. And then many people here in parliament, they are part of this. We can't thank you. And then, next to the time, we have Mr. Kemon Yai. You know what is one of the key pillars of any evidence for having. In fact, not just the key pillars in the leadership side, but as well as the set of policy research and consultancy. Without Kemon, let's give him a round of applause.
No, during my time, I'll be like this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And then next to Kemo we have Miss Maya Shadeke.
Nice having a beautiful smile.
This is a nice one that opened the entrepreneurship sessions. She is inspirational. She's an entrepreneur and a full-time working class, I must say. If she speaks, you get inspired by her work.
One thing I'm always inspired by Nisa is her smile.
Yes.
So
She never leaves behind.
I try to copy her smile wherever I go. There you go.
Thank you, and you're welcome. And next night we have Mr. Endeavor Danso. He is the co-founder of Startup Incubator. We have one of the best amazing country. And you know, for him at some point, he has led up to hundreds of individuals to start their own business. And then he got here to be our facilitator also. Really open up mentees by having a specific business plan that helps them to pick their businesses correctly.
Thank you so much for that.
Let's go. That's all we have.
The man of action.
Yes. And when we say the man of action, he's action driven. He is always 10 steps ahead of everyone in the place. Believe that because of him, our mentees were able to pitch their businesses effectively, professionally in their pitching competition. And in fact, there are some of them here that were of 15K under the pitching competition. Isn't that great?
You know, one thing I like about him, his pocket is always he always bring up. Don't forget me today.
By the way, he's the CEO of them agency. And then he has been doing very. So, everyone, thank you.
And then we have Mr. Malamin. Thank you so much, please. A lecturer at the University of the Gambia, very inspiring, a young person for that matter, very intelligent and very interesting. Please, a round of applause. Amanda will move forward to introduce Imam Basiru Brabe, who give you advice on this wonderful day. Please, Imam, welcome.
And two hearts. The first one was as an imam, now as a leader of my community for the past 20 years. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. And to all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and to our dear ones. Alhamdulillah, it is an honor to be speaking to these esteemed graduates of the FKF Leadership Academy today. As we gather here today to celebrate this milestone, we are reminded of the importance of ethical leadership in shaping the future of our nation. In Islam, leadership is considered as a trust, amana, from Allah, and leaders in Islam are expected to be just, to be compassionate, to be accountable. The Holy Prophet once said, the best leaders is one who is loved by his people and who loves them back equally. Let us take inspiration from the leadership of the Prophet's companions, such as Abu Bakr Siddiq, who exemplified humility and integrity. When he became the fourth caliph after the Prophet, he said, I have been given authority over you, but I am not the best among you. If I do well, please help me, stand by me. But if I do wrong, set me right and do not stand by me. Another example of the companions of the Holy Prophet in their ethical dealings or engagements with their communities is Amr ibn al-Khattab, the second caliph after Abu Bakr. He was known for his justice and his fierce fairness. He would often say, if a dog dies hungry on the banks of the Euphrates River, Umar ibn Khattab will be responsible for its death on the day of judgment. As leaders, we are reminded that our actions have consequences, not just for ourselves, but for our communities and our nation. The Quran says, indeed, Allah commands you to render trusts to their owners, and that is the community that has empowered you and enabled you to be their leader. They are the owners of that trust. You have to value it, you have to honor it, you have to take care of that trust. And when you judge between people, judge with justice. Do not care about who is your friend and who is your family. Today, as you graduate, you are equipped with knowledge and skills to lead with integrity, compassion, and justice. I urge you to use your gifts to serve humanity, to uphold the values of honesty, transparency, and accountability, and to strive to understand and to strive for the betterment of our nation as a whole. As the Holy Prophet has said, the best people are those who are most beneficial to others. Let us strive to be strong, to be among those who bring benefits to our communities, and may Allah guide us on the path of righteousness. Congratulations, graduates. May you lead with wisdom, courage, and humility. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much. We want to thank Yana one more time for that wonderful speech. Imam, I'm inspired.
Thank you.
Now, for those of you who want to be inspired, you have to lead by example. As Imam said, be inspired by the Prophet companions. Most of the Prophet companions, if you read, you will see trust in them. You will see discipline in them. You will see courage in them and confidence. And this is very inspiring. As a leader, our action has to speak. As he rightly mentioned. So whatever action you take, there's a consequence. So before you take the actions, you must think critically. Very important. Imam, thank you so much.
Do you want to make you say forever?
Yeah.
And if you say you impact, then you become someone that is successful. Let's say if someone has been here for his entire life without impacting an individual life, then your life becomes a waste. Because you're living with nothing, but when you tell us so, what happens? That's what keeps on inspiring, and inspiring. So thank you once again, Ya Imam. Indeed, we learn and we just can't wait to bring the line.
But she's very inspiring, very hardworking.
Right.
And she's a go-getter. She's a lion, a tiger, someone who is in within our communities to inspire and change life. Please, a round of applause for Ida Mendes, CEO of Mendes Design.
Good morning once again. Like you mentioned, I'm Ida Mendy. I'm the founder of Mendes Company Limited, a detergent manufacturing company. It's a company with a vision that believes that our detergents that are produced locally have equal rights to be in the shop. That's the best you guys can do for yourselves. Thank you. I'm standing here not because I had everything, but because I refused to let what I didn't have stop me. It's a journey built on determination before resources. I know some of you are wondering, what is she talking about? We're doing leadership, and she's talking about entrepreneurship. Leadership cuts across every sector of life, whether it's your personal life, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's your work life, whether it's the life you live with your family or your community. Leadership cuts across everywhere. Hence the reason my speech will be centered on entrepreneurship experience. I'll start with entrepreneurship begins with purpose and not resources. Many a times you see young Gambians, you ask them, why haven't you started your business? The first thing they tell you, I'm waiting to have money before I start. Oh, I have this idea, I don't know when to start. Let me wait for my uncle. You see, every great venture in this country that you admire, you see, and you want to emulate starts with one big question. That is, what program can I sell for my society? Whether it's the quick cook, whether it's the cube group, the Q-cell, or the Mendes detergents. Sometimes you might not have everything figured out from the get-go. You might not have all the resources that you need. You might not have the capital that you need. You might not have the connection that you need. I'm a living proof. I didn't come from privilege. I didn't come from wealth. But one thing set me apart from most of the people. I knew what I wanted, and I was ready to go after it. And each one of you can do the same thing. Some of you have one, some of you have two, some of you have none. One way that you can start is by making sure you get a mentor. You know, one thing I love about Prof, he always says this. Many people will call you a mentor, but a mentor that you do not even talk to, a mentor who doesn't know what you do, that is not a mentor. A mentor is not meant, it's not a title, oh, I have a mentor. No, a mentor is supposed to guide you. When you have that idea and you have a mentor, what happens is there are so many mistakes that you could have made, but your mentor probably has experience in that department or has gone through a similar process and can help you avoid some of those errors. Most importantly, you need a mentor that is a sponsor. What do I mean by a sponsor? I do not mean someone that gives you financial resources. A sponsor is someone that opens doors that you do not have access to. A sponsor is someone that gives you access to rooms that you necessarily wouldn't have access to by virtue of who you are. And that is one of the most important things of a mentor that is a sponsor. So if you're here and you're one of the people that have mentors and you do not talk to your mentors, please change that from today. Every 3 months, every 2 months, make sure you go to your mentor and you sit with him and discuss what your goals are. You have people like Danso that are very open. I mean, he's happy in so many ways. So there are so many people like that. They are available. All they are waiting for is for you to make that decision to reach out to them. And you'll be surprised with the amount of brilliant people that are out there. The second thing I want to talk about is entrepreneurship, is discipline, ethics, and consistency. It's not hype. It's sad. You see people go into ventures, they start. It's all over social media. After 1 week, you don't see from them. You don't hear from them. And you wonder what happened. It's not that the idea was bad. It's not that people didn't want the product. But you see, there is a lot that has to do with discipline. Discipline isn't doing it because you feel like it. It's doing it whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it, because it has to be done. We all have the same 24 hours. But you will see some of you, what happens? You say, oh, procrastinate, let me wait till tomorrow, let me do it. Because I'll be active tomorrow, I have a free schedule today. No. If it has to be done today, you do it today. If it has to be done now, you do it now. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? Thank you. The team empowering leaders through ethical principles is the foundation of true entrepreneurship. You see, entrepreneurship is leadership. And you cannot talk about leadership if you do not talk about ethics. What do I mean by ethics? One of the moderators made mention of it. If you, whether in a business or in a leadership position, whatever situation that you find yourself in, if you're not ethical, what happens? Your people, even though they might select you as a leader, what happens? At some point, they no longer recommend you for leadership positions. They will no longer want to work with you. When you say you're going to do something, when you promise someone, your word becomes your currency. Do it when you say you're going to do it. Be honest with your dealings. Just don't say, okay, because it's convenient now, let me agree to it or let me say yes to it, because it hunts you down. Some of us, myself included, there are so many opportunities I got. Not because I had access to those rooms, but what happens? A friend recommends me, oh, I've worked with her, she's honest in this, please work with her. Oh, I've seen her doing this and this and this, please work with her. And that is the thing that also opens other doors to you. So if you're not ethical, what happens? You have access to the first door, but it blocks all other doors. So at the end of the day, it's not worth being unethical. The third point that I want to mention is entrepreneurship is action. Leaders are measured by what they impact. You've gone through the training. Very nice. You have a certificate. You take beautiful pictures today, I'm certain, because all of you are looking amazing. So shout out to you guys. You guys look amazing. But at the end of the day, what's all this knowledge that you've learned if you do not put it into action? Because at the end of the day, what is this for? Is it for you guys to say, okay, I have that certificate, I went through the leadership position? No. The thing that will differentiate you with others is how you use the knowledge that you have. People do not reward knowledge alone. They reward the implementation of that knowledge that you have. The reason why some people earn more than others, the reason why some people have more than others is because of what? Implementation. Take it, for example, you have two businesses, right? One person is doing excellent in terms of delivery and everything, and another person knows what he's supposed to do, but does it sometimes he doesn't. Who do you reward? What I mean by who do you reward? Who do you go to? I ask you this. Do you go to person A, who doesn't fulfill what he has to do, who doesn't do it properly, or do you go to person B? Person B, exactly. So again, leadership is about service. What I mean by service, leadership is not about title. Oh, I'm the founder of this. Oh, I'm the head of our community. Oh, I'm the head of this. No, leadership about service. How do you serve the people that have elected you to be in the position that you're supposed to be? That is what leadership is all about. It's just not about the fancy titles. Forget the titles. Are you willing to serve the very purpose that you are elected for? That is what leadership is. So I will close my speech by saying, I didn't come from privilege. I built with what I had, where I was and who I was at the time. And if my journey proves anything, is that greatness is not measured, it's not resource, for a close few. It's available to anyone who is willing to stay disciplined, stay ethical, and stay hungry for good. So your beginning might be humble, but your impact does not have to be. Thank you.
Ida Mendes Italian. Please, a round of applause. Are we not inspired? Are we inspired? She is a tiger, I can tell you that. She is. And she is very consistent, very, very consistent. You speak about consistency. It's something that will affect most of us today. We start something, we fail, we just collapse. Before that, we want to remind you, because it's kind of cold here, but I can see the faces of the graduates. They will be like, thank you very much, Ida, thank you, I'm there. That is it. The energy is important. The energy is very important. Today, you're not only graduating with certificate, but you're going to graduate in inspire. This is a spiritual medal for that. Put it in your heart. Empowering leaders through ethical principle. Empowering leaders through ethical principle. Put it in your heart. Go home with it, because it's definitely going to help you tomorrow. Once again, we want to thank once again. And please, a round of applause for our graduates, please. There's a lot going in their mind, but don't worry, once you leave here, you will succeed.
And now we move into our next guest speaker. And she is no other than Miss Coca.
Yes.
She is the CEO of Quick and Cook. And then when we say Quick and Cook, she's going to cook us today. And then we just can't wait for her to leave it. Because, when we going out, we'll be told quick.
Yeah, when they are hungry, quick cook. Organizers, are you doing quick cook? Okay, because I'm hungry right now.
This can take us through her entrepreneurship journey, inspire us even more, because this is what we love to see. We love to see women coming out to success that they have. In fact, I personally, I love to see women like her. I want to be like her when I grow up, and I just can't wait for it.
Thank you very much. I came with so much hype, but the moment she said that my party, but you don't tell this and crap. So I don't know, you should have. But anyway, good morning, everyone. I stand on existing protocols. My name is Rose F. Coca, and I'm the founder of the Rose Africa brand, and under which we have Quick Cook, as they rightly mentioned. So basically, as the name goes, Quick Cook Manam Toga Buga. So basically what the company does is we offer ready-to-cook assorted local ingredients, right? We're taking cooking to another level, right? So right now, I'm always proud when I say this. You can walk into, some supermarkets and you can now nuga supakanya, meaning kereng kereng munjuta, kubo bun safet. Literally everything that goes into the meal, we have it ready to cook. So, those ideas are the class. So again, if you look at what I am doing, it tells you so many things. It's not just a business, but it is solving so many problems. One, which is the post-harvest loss in the agricultural value chain. Secondly, which is the increasing the shelf life of most of these products, because you all agree with me that most of these products that I am processing have a certain shelf life, right? So let's take for instance, we all know kering, right? So my own type of speech is going to be a convo, right? This is a youthful thing, not so. I want you guys to be active because when I got in, when I saw your suits, I'm like, I might you guys blew me away. I love the outfit. You guys look so smart. So let's be our normal self here. So you guys, everybody knows kering. So if you should have bought kering, let's say right now from the market, how long do you think it would be with you? Like without processing it. How long do you think? Will it be with you for more than 3 days? Will it survive 48 hours? So if it doesn't, most of the time, the market woman, the woman in the garden, the worst case scenario is for them to throw away all those leafy greens, right? So that is a problem. And sometimes we overlook it because we feel, oh, we have the land, we have the resources, but who knows tomorrow? No one knew COVID-19 was going to come. Did we know? I personally didn't know. And it took a deep turn in my life because if you knew me as I started with a fashion brand, right? I was part of the few people that started covering notebooks with wax, shoes with wax and stuff. But when COVID hit as an entrepreneur, like I had to think fast. I didn't have option. Like Ida rightly said, we're not from privileged family. My mom is an oyster harvester, right? My dad is a masoner. But it was because of the upbringing I had, not from my parents, but that also shaped who I am today. And that being the case, I switched from fashion straight into food. And when I got into food, for me, I felt this is where God wanted me to be. And again, as I am speaking, I hope my message is reaching you all. The reason why I mentioned God in this is because I knew where I started, where I was going, and where I am headed currently. But in anything that I do, I always made sure God was not far from me. I remember when I just started Quick Cook, everything started very fast because when my mom started harvesting oysters, I am a Jola, by the way, so I knew oyster harvesting, but it was some casual thing for me. It was nothing I looked at. But when my mom started doing it, that mom and daughter affection, I was like, okay, I know this is a dangerous trade, so how do I get myself involved with this? So I had to travel all the way to the North Bank, which is where my mom does her harvesting with the other women. I spent the whole day with my mom, and when I went in the water with my mom and the other women, I still have those images and I cherish them to death because it struck my heart. I saw baby crabs going in their ears, and for them it's normal. So I was there, that city girl thing, you love me, daddy want this. So in that moment, I just looked at them, did it without, thinking, without being bothered. It's just what they love to do, and they did it passionately. And spending a whole day there, I saw so many things. From them, harvesting the oysters, spending 6 hours in the water, coming to do the processing, spending a whole night without sleeping, shucking off the oysters. And because they're in the North Bank and they need to sell those oysters, one of them have to cross all the way to Serakunda to sell those oysters, so all of them can make a living to take care of us. So being an entrepreneur and seeing that, I was like, nope, I can't bear to see my mom going through that. And that is how I stepped in. I started by getting the oysters off them. So instead of them going to Serakunda now, that is where I came in, solving that problem. I got those oysters, process them, add value. And today you can walk into some major supermarkets and you can have Gambian oysters ready to eat. So this is just to inspire you, to let you know that it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who your parents are. We all have a story. But I don't want to be emotional. I'm sorry, right? It doesn't matter where you come from. We all have our stories, but it depends on you. If you really want to make it, if you really want to shine. And because I want to, I honestly don't look back. I cherish the 9 years of entrepreneurship. Today I celebrate 9 years of entrepreneurship. I started in 2016. I just clocked 9 years on my birthday in October. And when I look back, I sometimes say I'm not proud of myself, but there are people who have seen me grow. Dancing is a living witness. I went through style incubator. So, these people see me grow and each time they tell, oh, you're doing well. And I used to tell people, I take this Gambian phrase when people tell, but people like me, stop pushing, keep pushing. I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. Stop telling me to push. Right? I know I'm doing my best, but use another time, don't tell me to keep pushing. But again, all of this has shaped me. It has built me into the woman I am today. And I'm still going through that ladder. It's never easy, I'll tell you all. It's never easy. It looks fancy. And I also tell most of other entrepreneurs that sometimes, and also our mentors, those who are already there, they don't tell us the hard part. All we see is the big smiles, when they sign the 50 million deal contract, when, the EU is doing that. But the hard times, the times that they sit alone, the times that they look at their figures and they're shaking their heads. It's not an easy journey, I'll tell you. Mine is not easy, and I don't think it will be easy, because when I was in your position and guest speakers would speak, I was like, hey, Mohamed Jabbar, I'm Halisa, I'm Q Group, I'm SPAS, I'm Quantum, that's how I used to think. And please don't think that way. When I look at it today, I was like, yeah, this guy has been working for this. It just didn't happen overnight. When I hear Uncle Tuck saying he's been doing this for 30 years, I'm like, wow, 9 years and I'm thinking of giving up. Who am I? And don't you ever give up. It will come. There are days when there will be no one, just you alone, your dreams and what you want to accomplish. It's hard. So I'm sorry, I was in yeah. Thanks. I think I needed that.
Please, another applause.
But I'm just going to give you a few words, as the theme says, ethical leaders. And that is what we learn in our society today. It's a shame that when we all see what's happening. And some of us, I know, even though we're not in that position, sometimes we're like, no, but if they had done it this way, it would have been this, right? But just because of the few ethical things that some of them overlook. And I hope that we forgive them for that, and we don't use it against them, and we don't want to be in that same position. We should be young leaders of change. If they're not changing, let us change. Your integrity goes a long way. It goes a long way. It takes you far, like Ida rightly mentioned. Most of the opportunities we have right now is based on recommendation. The hard work we put in today. I no longer do the fashion stuff, but people still come today. Rose, please, can you please do me this notebook? But because I have also trained other young people that are doing it perfectly, I always refer. Share. The more you share, the more you have. When you dive with this information, so any information you have, share. And that's what I've learned. And also learn to volunteer. It's not anything that you should be paid for. Not anything that you should be paid for. Because when you volunteer, that skill you learn comes again is a lot. And that's what I boast of today. I am multi-talented and I give it to God. If it's not me, I won't be. But I've tried to look within me. I know I can sing. I know I can in performing art, I know I can. In entrepreneurship, I'm a critical thinker, I'm an innovator. Like business ideas just flow. And all is because I just let things happen. I adapt nature. And sometimes when you're sad in your quiet moment, what I have done for therapy, I don't know whether it works for others, I have learned to become a home gardener. So right now, all the crops that I eat, I grow them. And it was a source of therapy for me. Growing the seeds, watering them every day, coming to, check up the weed, watching that plant grow. It has blown my mind. And it gave me a thank you very much.
You know me, I'm a very good MC, you know. I have to give her a tissue. I'm inspired, you know. I'm very, very inspired. Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for Rose F. Coker. We want to thank you once again, of course. Today is a graduation ceremony, just to remind you again, empowering leaders through ethical principle, FKF, first and second cohort graduate ceremony. Thank you once again, but of course we'll move further to call Mr. Kajali Sonko, DPS, Office of the President, to give you a keynote advice on our empowering leaders.
And Mr. Moderator. Indeed, I was not actually invited to speak here. I came to represent the Secretary General and Head of Civil Service, who told me yesterday that you called and invited him as a guest. But when I came, I realized that this is an opportunity for also to inspire others and also talk to you. Basically, all of us in this hall have a history to tell. And of course, I would like to stand on existing protocol to thank you very much for this wonderful program that we are running in the Gambia. Though this is the first time I'm having this associated responsibility. I know Baba for a very long time in Bundu. And of course, I want to tell you one thing. What will make us grow as a nation is to have a population that have a vision. Without a vision, we will be moving back and forth. Of course, it is important that I stand before you here today on behalf of, though I've seen the invitation that you invited Louis Moses, that is the permanent secretary, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, and also the minister. So I thought I should come in as a representative of government, but all these gentlemen and women are private sector, but of course they complement government. And I've noticed recently the appointment of Mohamed Jack in the Tibet board, which is very important in steering the responsibility of our education system. They have a vision to take you to another level. By 2030, we will realize that access to education will be no more a problem in this one. And this is the effort of the government of the Gambia. It is with immense pride and gratitude that I stand before you today to celebrate a significant milestone, the graduation of the latest cohort from the FKF Leadership Academy program. On behalf of the government of the Gambia and His Excellency the President, I will extend my warmest congratulations to each and every one of you, and also to ensure that we just celebrate the completion of the course, but we also have the potentials and also forming the beginning to enhance our journey in the leadership process. I was reliably informed that this program was designed with a clear purpose to forge leaders who are not only effective but also ethical. This underlying word, ethical, has been mentioned many times here. And we need to learn from today that every one of us needs to be ethical if we want to make it in life. Over the past weeks or more, you have engaged deeply in core pillars of modern thinking. But you have to think beyond reasonable doubts to be able to understand what actually the meaning of leadership. You have to tackle the real world challenges, debate solutions that you have done, and build on networks. As of today, you have built network already. and also try to support each other as the years come to form a link where you can be able to help each other. The world you are being equipped to lead is one of the constantly changing. Today we are empowering you to lead, but the world is constantly changing. So you have to belong, you have to be part of it so that you can be able to survive. In the realm of public administration, public service, community development, you name it, the demand for accountability, transparency, and innovative leadership has never been compromised. You are now the custodian of that trust. If you go through this program, you are given that knowledge to be able to inspire others. As Baba said, knowledge without a brain means nothing. So you need to use your brain. As you step forward from this very magnificent graduation, remember that true leadership is defined by action. It has been said here over and over. Leadership without an action means nothing. It is about making difficult decisions with principles, empowering those around you, and remembering or remaining steadfast in your commitment and excellent, ensure that there is equity in your dealings. I urge you to be able to drive and build that bridge. Inspire and confidence, and who leaves a legacy means you live in progress along your life. I would like to take this moment to express my profound gratitude and to the families and friends of the graduates. Thank you for gracing this occasion. It's very important. And also think that I should also extend the appreciation to the 2025 class. I think this is your first batch, second batch, okay. May you continue having more badges and also grow this program to become a very excellent center where things in terms of leadership To the graduates, of course, it is important also to build that confidence and save a lot of time that you might waste in doing things that are not tangible. I encourage you to shape the future as you are the leaders of the future. Congratulations. Thank you very much for your time.
You know, back in the days, when I was given the mic to invite the Keys Guests of Honor, I used to have a booklet. And then I have to read through this booklet. So, pardon me, let me go through my booklet. And this man is so special. He's loved by people. He also loves people. That's why today, through his company, they've supported this program. Please, a round of applause. But I won't do justice without introducing. First, to tell you that one very important thing you have to take from Mohamed Jah is consistency. Take it from me. Consistency. That's very important about him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are graced today by a presence of a visionary leader, an exemplary entrepreneur, and one of the most influential business figures in the Gambia, Mr. Mohamed Jah, the Chief Executive Officer and founder of the Q Group. Please, a round of applause. Mr. Jah is widely respected for his transformative contributions to national development, particularly in the area of technology, communications, and youth empowerment. Through his leadership at Q Group, He has championed innovation, created countless employment opportunities, and set a standard of excellence and continues to inspire many across the nation. Beyond business, he is known for his strong commitment to education, community development, and nurturing the next generation of leaders, values that deeply resonate with today's celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our chief guest of honor, man whose visions and accomplishments speak for themselves, Mr. Mohamed Jad. Let's give him a warm and a round of applause.
Moderator, thank you for guiding the program, Madam Moderator also. I'm very sorry if I don't deliver as expected because I've been traveling all these days. I was in Guinea, in Sierra Leone. I just came yesterday. But because of the importance of this ceremony, you know, I promised Professor that I was going to be here for many reasons. First of all, before going to reasons, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Imam, my brother, there today. Also to acknowledge Dr. Kurmani and also the DPS from the Office of the President and Babakar Sise. Actually, we were together, myself, him, and Professor Fane in Probe College. You know, I studied in Probe College. So I knew Professor Fane for a long time. I would also want to acknowledge the presence of these two great entrepreneurs, because when I go to a gathering, I know a lot of people expect a lot of things from me in terms of delivery and so on, but I also expect to get something from the gathering. So I was wondering today what I was going to get from this gathering. I'm just so pleased to see, to hear these young entrepreneurs deliver excellent speeches today to motivate you guys sitting here today. I'm really inspired with two entrepreneurs. I think you guys are doing a great job. I see the enthusiasm, the excitement, and the aggressiveness of these two ladies, and to support their venture. As they always say, when you start entrepreneurship, you don't ask for money. You work and money will come. But I would like to patronize their businesses, both of you, by giving you $50,000. It's not for free. It's not for free. You are going to deliver $50,000 worth of detergents to our company. You want to test your product. We only buy Gambian products. In fact, most of the detergent all that we use at the office is from young entrepreneurs, Gambian products. We don't buy external products. So I want to, maybe they are buying your product, but I don't know what I'm giving you $50,000 to supply detergents to the Q group. Also, we know we organize a lot of trainings and so on, and we need food. So you will also give us some food to test your product as well. This is how we support entrepreneurs in this country. But coming to this occasion, I would like to also take this opportunity to thank the parents of the graduates. You know, I know they've worked so hard to get you here. We've just had Miss Coca, her story, you know, and her mother was going through all that to get her to this level. I think your mom is very proud of you. I'm sure of that. And I think moms here and parents here are looking for that. They're spending their last butut on you to be good leaders, to be good entrepreneurs. And I must acknowledge also and thank the mothers. You can see the row of parents. You know, we have the mothers more than the fathers. You know, and it's a shame. But really, I think our mothers have been behind our education, both financially and morally. So I want to take this opportunity to thank them. And to the graduates today, I don't see this as a graduation ceremony, to tell you the truth. But I'm going to talk to you, from my heart. I've not prepared any speech. I told you I was just flying all over the place, but I have to be, here today because of professor, and I'll tell you why. I think this is just take this ceremony as one of your lectures. These are just lectures, and you just had a lecture from the Imam, from Dr. Kurubali, DCS, everybody, and you will hear one from me. Don't take it that you have graduated today. You have not even started yet, to be honest with you. So put that behind your mind. When you remove the gown today, continue walking. You are just starting today. So why I am here, because I have been with Professor Fane in the University of Sierra Leone, and I know him very well. He is a selfless person, and the Imam and everybody here can bear the witness. For somebody to organize something like this, 6 months course, you come to the course and no penny is charged to you. You don't pay anything. I think you guys, with all the things happening and all the hardships, he could have charged 500, 200,000, but he decided to make it free with all these young men and women helping Dr. Fane, free of charge. So I really want everybody to get up and give a big round of applause to Professor Fane and his team. Thank you. So, the topic of discussion, and we can see is empowering leaders through ethical principles. And the underlying phrase there is ethical principles. I come from a religious family. My fathers and my uncles are all imams. In fact, I'm the first entrepreneur in the family. So when I decided to go into entrepreneurship, I graduated from the University of Sierra Leone, like everybody else. I was an electronics engineer, and for our time, that is something years ago, the best job the electrical engineer was aiming for was to be an engineer in Gambia. And I had no difficulty getting, a job at Gambia. In fact, I came home because I used to do a lot of attachments during holidays in Gambia, and I found a lot of appointments. I've never gone to an interview. And when my father gave it to me, because Bataria was the MD at the time, and we were living around the same neighborhood, I humbly told my father that I don't want to work at Gambia. And of course, he was, why, And I said, well, I want to start my business. I want to do business. And I asked him for prayers, and I asked him for advice. He said, well, we pray for you every day, and we'll continue praying for you. But for the advice, I am not in technology. I don't know this electronic and all. I don't even know what you had from your results. I just know that you graduated. You told me that you have graduated, and I believe you. He said, but I'll give you one advice. You want to be a businessman? I said, yes. Do you want to be called, when they call business people, they call you maybe in the first 3? I said, yes, of course, that's what every businessman wants to be. Say, be a good Muslim in your business. And I paused, and he repeated it. My father was also a lecturer, he was a teacher. Be a good Muslim in your business. Have you heard me? I said yes. He repeated it 3 times. And as we were going, it was Fajr prayers. As we were going out of the mosque, he told me, but do you know what I I mean by you being a good Muslim in your business? He said, please. He said, do a research on it. Tomorrow after Fajr, you tell me what that means. So I went home. The next morning, we prayed Fajr. I was about to leave, and he stopped me at the back. Young man, I gave you a homework yesterday. Have you done it? I said, yes, I've done it. What is it? I said, well, I should not lie to anybody. I should not steal. Whatever I tell people, I should do it. I should, I give him 5 reasons, 5 answers. And I remember Imam gave me 2 more. And one which is still vividly in my mind is he told me, never gamble in your business. And that is why you see QCell is in Gambia, is in Sierra Leone, and one of the easiest ways to make money in GSM is gambling. What I see here. And I will tell you why. I have my switch, and I say, text this 1, 2, 3 to this number for $3. Text is normally 50 rupees or $10. And you start to win a car. I've seen companies are winning, even putting houses. You know what happens at the background? All your taxes come to us. It's my switch. And then you believe that I am very honest. You believe that I am very honest. So at the end of every week, I go to my switch, I collect all the data of everybody who have text to this number. And I put it in a small laptop and take it to a TV station. And then I make you to believe that I have collected all the texts and I have not added or subtract anything. But that's just your belief. If I want, I can add people to those numbers. I own the switch. Nobody is monitoring me. In this country, nobody is monitoring the gambling. They are not gambling. Actually, what they are doing is criminal. They collect this money, this data, they can add people, they can subtract you. If they don't like it, they can remove you from the news. They take it to the TV station and they use the IT guys, a program which randomly selects. You put the numbers there, and to fool you more, they will say, I'll bring a small kit. It's not me. I'm not pressing the space bar. And only you will press the space bar or a small kit. Press the space bar and it will select the first winner. Is that not how we do it? I'm a programmer. I will tell the computer, if you press the space bar, take Dr. Kulbali. And the computer will take Dr. Kulbali. That's how criminal things are happening here. In countries where they're doing it right, all taxes go to the national database switch, which is not controlled by the operator. Monitored. To be fair. And a percentage of that, 60%, is taxed to the government. So you are young and we are Gambians. You need to know what is happening. So that is one of the advice my father gave to me. So we never gamble. Even if it was done properly, we will not gamble because our religion prohibits us from gambling. Now, this religion, I can tell you, it just makes you to be a good human being. It makes you to be a good human. What religion teaches you, and it's all religions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, we are Ahlul Kitab, Imam knows. The principle is to do good to people. We have the MRC Foundation. We are building thousands of classrooms. He's a good Christian. Most of you don't know him. And he's been thousands and thousands of classrooms in all over the country. So religion just teaches you to be honest. It teaches you to be disciplined. It teaches you to be hardworking. That's all what religion teaches you. In fact, Imam used to tell me that if we are not careful in the next world, we living in Africa, especially us, will be disappointed. The Imam, why? So, God says that whatever you do, He gives you reward. And even when you die, and you do something good, like you build a class and when people are studying there, every reward comes to you, not so much. So he said, we go to Mecca. My great-grandparents walked to Mecca for 7 years. Today, we can take a flight and go to Mecca and Medina in 7 hours. So, that white guy who built the Boeing, you think he's not going to get a reward? We all fast. When we cut our fast, we want to drink something cold. You go to the fridge and you think the person who created that fridge is not going to get a reward from your fasting? So he said, God will be calling those people. Who are the people who have made us 1.something billion people going to Mecca? They raise their hands. They come in. Where are the people who made fridge? So then we will be asking God, what God, we are doing, we are praying, what have you done for society? What have you done for society? So I think, I am saying that today I am what I am because I came from a religious family. I came from a family which taught me ethics, which taught me discipline, which taught me to be hardworking. And I tell young people, I tell my children, I know most of the graduates here, you can be my, so we're going to talk. Father, son, father, daughter, talk today. It starts from when you have to get married, and people don't understand that. You just see somebody on the internet, oh, that. Well, I've seen somebody, I'm going to marry that tomorrow. And I tell people, your partner shapes your life. He's your partner. He is. In fact, they are the biggest contributors to your future. The men, they control only 30%. If the best percentage is 30, 70 is the women. Like for me, I tell people I control 10. I'm always on the move. I don't know what, but when I come home, food is on the table. The place is clean. My children have gone to school, and everything is in order. So to choose that woman, to choose that partner, that is where your life starts. It's not when you start having a business. But we forget about that. So I'm reminding you that you're young. When you choose a partner, put that behind your mind. That a partner can catapult you, a partner can drag you down. And it depends on the partner you select. So let's try our best to make sure that we train our kids in a religious way. It doesn't start from the classroom here. No. What I am today, what she is today, what we are today, started from our homes. If the home is not correct, when you go to school, you take the same thing there. I started my business in my bedroom with one PC. Today, I want to ask the graduates, do you know how many companies are in the Q group? Can you guys tell me what the companies of the Q group are? S-Class, Q-Cell, Natural, QTV, Ajit, QCT, QCell is Q-Money, Quantum. Still there are some more you have not told me. These people here, what are they? QTV, Q Radio, QREC. We have, I sometimes forget the names of the companies. We have 12 or more companies in several countries. It was unimaginable 30 years ago. Today, Gambians, a lot of Gambians now, prefer to open their own businesses rather than working for anybody else. Because they saw that we were successful. But as one speaker said, you have to ask, why are they successful? And I can tell you, it's because of these underlying ethical principles. You go to any of our companies, the dress code is standard. You cannot use a night dress to come to work. You have to talk properly to your colleagues and your customers. And you have to be honest. These are the disciplines we have. Today, Q Group is the biggest employer in the country and also one of the biggest taxpayers. It's nice to say, I'm donating this, my friend, do your duty first as a business. A responsible business does two things: hire people and pay tax. So you don't hire anybody, nobody knows who your employees are. When they count the first 500 taxpayers in the country, nobody sees your name. And you are in the newspapers every day, I've donated this, I've donated this. You are not donating, you are just cheating the people and giving them a percentage of what they own. Do your duty as a responsible company. Recently, we were appointed on the Tibet Forum to chair. I don't normally go in chairing boards of government. This is the first time. I don't, because I'm very busy. But of course, Professor, leaders, and everybody to say this is a very important forum. But to show our commitment, the first day of inauguration, we were able to donate 15 million to these funds. Because you cannot go to the public, to the donors, to everybody and say, please donate to this fund. And they ask you, well, Mr. Jay, what have you done? You have to lead by example. Today, the Q Group Foundation is into a lot of areas. We give a lot of scholarships every year. Youth development, health. We are into different areas. Why? Because we believe that we have to give back to people. This is our society. Each one of us sitting here, someone has helped me. Whether it's government giving you a scholarship and that's from the taxpayers' money, or your uncle, or your sister, or your father, or your mother. So you should give back. The first slogan we had when we started our business, a lot of people forgot it, is setting standards. Because we said we are coming to lead in our industry, and the first thing we had to do, at that time, people always wanted to associate with foreign companies. Quantum Net, but I'm representing them. And I said, no, I am Quantum Net, I'm a Gambian company. In fact, through us now, everybody wants to be a Gambian company. Even the foreign companies now, they are saying they are Gambian companies. Yes. So, I think students today, I will advise you to embrace religion first. Imam has told you, if you want to be a good leader, you must be religious. You have never seen a criminal being a good leader. You must be a religious person. And I say, all religion gives you is it gives you honesty, it gives you discipline, it gives you the hard work. You have to be ready to impact society. Yes, a lot of people make far more money than us, but nobody helps them because they don't care about, they're only impacting themselves. But if you are a true leader, you have to be ready to impact society. You have to be ready to make sure that you forget about yourself. And that also, Imam told me that, I remember now, one of the other advice he added was, if you want to be a business person, a good one, forget about yourself. If you forget about yourself and you concentrate on impacting people, God himself is the one taking care of you. I'm sure most of you have read about me online, and the BBC once said the man who made millions without a business plan. It is true. I'm not saying that don't make a business plan, but I don't come from the business school. I'm an engineer by profession. I'm taught how to fix lights, how to fix a generator. I'm an electronic engineer. I've never studied accounting in my life. I've never studied business in my life. But I chair one of the biggest banks in this country, and I turned it from a bankrupt bank to now one of the most profitable banks in this country. And I've not done it because I know accounting. I've done it based on these three principles. You should not cheat yourself, don't cheat others. Do the right thing, and you will see the reward. As an entrepreneur, they've said it, both of them. Don't give up easily. It's a very, very, very difficult area. Sometimes you can ask Mr. Tunkara here. Sometimes I hold my head and say, look, I should just quit and be a lecturer in the university. Yes. But that is what it takes. I came yesterday, I can tell you from my eyes, you can see. I've not slept yesterday because I was supposed to send some, respond to some reports they sent me. I did not sleep until Fajr. I played Fajr, I went to the office, and from the office I was here. Because I have promised Professor Fane that I will be here. I could have sent somebody to talk on my behalf. But that is entrepreneur. You have to be disciplined, you have to be honest to yourself and to people. We have to be aiming to be intellectuals. And when you say intellectual, it's not like a book pass. No. I always say that what you learn today, what you are graduating with, 30% is hard skills. Professor Will, hard skills, 30%. Like what I learned from my electronics, you know how to fix. It's hard skill. But the most important thing, the skill to learn, is the soft skill. How do you interact with people? How do you deal with people? Because you're going to manage people at the end if you're a leader. So let's endeavor, and you can learn soft skills through networking, through mentors. I think they've spoken about it. You're just moving in your life and you don't have anybody to advise you. You think your mom and your dad are not educated to your level, you don't think they can advise you. You are making a mistake, a big mistake. In my father, until he passed away, there is no step I will take in my business without me going there and telling him that I'm doing this. And sometimes he tell me, yes, go ahead, and sometimes he says, no, that area don't touch it. And I will step back. So respect first your mom and your dad. Don't think because you know this thing so well and they don't know it, you are making a mistake. They raised you up and they they want good for you as well. So always consult them in your movements. Whatever you want to do, consult them. Apart from them, you have people who have succeeded in life. Don't go for the ones on the internet talking. Go to people who have walked the talk. Oh, Madam, one of them, with Rose, I'm just coming, I just want 30 minutes of your time. I want you to advise me, I want to do A, B, and C. The advice you go. So, like you see me, I have different advisors up to today. I have people who advise me on corporate stuff, because I know they are top-notch in corporate. I have people who advise me on my religious and ethical values. I have people who advise me on my businesses. I have different advice, and most of them will give it to you free. And the good thing about going and having people to advise you is, even if you do something and you fail, you say, well, I thought it's good, and even my advisor also advised me it's good. It's just that it's one of those things you start all over again. Because the owner made me, they are young like me. Mr. Jam, we have you do this, we want you to do the computerization. I said, yes, but I don't want to sell you this. Can you convert what I'm giving you into shares? Of course, they were happy. When you start a new business, you don't want to pull cash. So I'm one of the first shareholders. And I sat with these young, Nigerians. And I saw that they are like me. I said, man, I need a bank. I will have a bank. And we got a bank. So I'm just saying that let nobody put in your mind that you cannot have a bank, you cannot have a telecom, you cannot have an international company. If they tell you, tell them, no, Mohammed, yeah, have it. We used to be fooled, but it comes with a lot of work. I tell you that you are my kids or my daughters and sons because I have been in business for 37 years now, and I know most of you were not born. I started from my bedroom. But I have never done 2 days the same work. I'm contrary to tell you. Every day I'm doing something different, and every day I have the office. Unless I'm not here, every day I am in the office. I could have said, I have a bank, they make millions. I sit in my office and relax. Most of the people who own these companies you see, the banks and the telecoms, you don't even know them, they don't work. But why do I work? And my wife works, my children work. Because we believe we should be an inspiration to young people in this country. And I always give this story. And I say that is why I work. I come from a village called Fast. I did my data there. I was not privileged to go to a nursery school because my father was a teacher at Crime Island, paid $120, so he couldn't take me to a nursery school. So I went to the data. And when I started my schooling, I come for every year or every holiday I go to revise. Because the Quran, when you leave it, it leaves you. And when I go, my grandmom, the last day I come, we used to have a vehicle every morning at 6 o'clock. It was not like this, one vehicle a day, sometimes every 2 days. And the day I go, my grandmother will tell the village, Mohammed is going back to buy you tomorrow. So at Fajr, everybody will come out and pray for me. And then I get into the vehicle, and the kids I play with will run after the vehicle and wish me well. And as a small kid, I used to wonder because none of them had a shoe at that time. This is like I'm telling you, maybe 40 something years ago, we were poor. And I wonder, some of them would be wounded on the process of wishing me goodbye, where they go after the vehicle for a kilometer. So when the Imam came to collect me, which is around 12, and I had the opportunity as a young boy to ask him, when the car departed, the kids ran after the car and they wished me well. And I asked him, I said, Baba, how do you new cover? You look at you saw him said that. He didn't answer. I asked again. And he turned to me, he told me, Mohammed, how do you Sunya Kona Yogana class, two of them, then Yara. And I go, wow, they have 5 senses like you. They are very intelligent, some of them. When Muhammad bye-bye, you know which way? Because same Papa, you never go to school. They don't have the opportunity to get into school. You have the opportunity to go to school. So, Lumana Diga Noy, legal very hard, the impact. Today in my village, it's a big village, there is no compound where you don't have to do work at 2 or the team. So it's not money why people go to work. No, if it is money, you stop work. Because anybody who comes to my house knows me. I don't eat a lot, and what I eat is very cheap. So when you eat this smoke, that doesn't cost me $500. That's the truth. Maybe if I look at my expenses a month, I don't spend 10,000 on myself or 15,000. I don't live a lavish life. Nobody sees me anywhere. If you see me at my house, or you see me at QCD training, or you see me at my office. But that is what it costs to be a leader. There are more QCD. My train, my fake of a lady, when I jahan kala or something, Mugino Dom, the Holiday is about maybe about 6 or 7. That year about the Mama, Mr. Janender, this Malinka, I couldn't speak, so I called somebody. I never got on 3 and I had this one. You know? So, yeah, you know. So, Munema, he, tell about there. Why he should do the letter? So, people are in school, so you never go on Mr. Jack about in school. And I really felt it. That's why when you are a leader, you have to be very careful of your steps, the steps you take. Because the steps you take changes a lot of people's life. If you disappoint them, you disappoint a lot of people. So be ready if you want to be a leader. You have to, just like a mobile phone, you have to be charging your battery every day. Charge your battery. And you know what is charging your battery? It's not plugging in your mobile phone. It's promise. You make your promises. That is charging your battery. You see, a man who doesn't fulfill his promise is not a man. So that is how you charge your battery. Because you have to promise a boba, you have to promise a yai, you have to promise, you have to do it. And that is your source of charging your own battery. You have to prove that when you start, you stay. Don't give up. All of us went through so many problems. Once more, problems we young people we are in London. We have a business in London, Red Coat International, we own it. We are in Sierra Leone. These are all societies who have different cultures and different attitudes, and we have to adapt. We have to fight to survive. We took over Red Coat at the COVID time. Today, we quadrupled the turnover and the profit of Red Coat in London. We went to Sierra Leone to compete with Orange, with other providers. We were the last operator. Today, we are the pride of Sierra Leoneans. We offer the cheapest service to Sierra Leoneans. Another advice, before you sleep, work out your schedule for tomorrow. That's very important. Don't just go to sleep. Assess yourself. What have I done today? And what am I going to do tomorrow? I have my notepad. Now it's easy. You have your mobile. Right? Have it. Tomorrow I will do A, B, and C. And you endeavor to fulfill them. Some of it you might not, but you try your best. But remember, all of us have 24 hours. Huh? God did not give me 35 and give you 24. We all have 24 hours in the day. But you know the difference? My difference of 24 hours and your difference, you make it yourself. If you decide that your 24 hours, you wake up in the morning, take your breakfast, put on your TV, listen to your music, then go on, let them show, you come back and sleep, and you want to be the same as me, and that's why I want to say it. Every day you start, my friend, nobody stop you to walk. Nobody. Get up and walk, rather than sitting there talking negative about somebody. Because that person is not listening to you. Man, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on LinkedIn. I don't browse the internet. No. Man, when I come in the morning, my PA tells me the things I need to know going on in the media, which concerns me. Because now the media is all negative. What you don't want in your life, you wake up, you're supposed to want to read the newspaper every day. But I don't want it online. My friend, tell me, you need to have a positive mind. You need to we are God's Khalifa. I'm going to Khalifa. I don't know you. Can you make them down for the Khalifa? You may Khalifa. Animals to be Khalifa. Malaika to be Khalifa. Nini Khalifa. You're so many, you're Khalifa. Then the one characteristic. Characteristic Yala, Moy Ba. Moy Duke. Moy Def Morefet. Moy Wahu Ba. You have to be a good human being, or else you are not this Khalifa. While you go over there, you are a one who wants in it is true. Now, Imam, baby to bow. Imam, guy. Yakowa, 9 million you grab Imam. And they will tell you as if they will sit with Imam every day. We are a small society, we are 2.5 million people. We should encourage ourselves to be good human beings. The moment this that is how we deal with it in Cuba. 1,700 people working. I can tell you, Ken Bonifant, good people. But when we make a mistake, you never make a mistake. But if you make a mistake, you rectify it, and when you make a mistake, you rectify it. Mage Enrek conclude the one this year, 60th this year, 60th anniversary of Gambia independence. Was it this year or last year? Last year, I don't know. This year, we were selected, the Q Group, as the company, the case study of Q Group. Union companies in Jangas. And I think not because it's Mohammed, because they saw what we have done. But not only that, we are the company which started Jawara's time. I started 2 years before the first regime went. 22 years on the second regime and now 8 years. So they thought we should buy an example, and we achieved in the eyes of people a lot. So when they told me, I called my head of corporate. I said, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna hire. dee tooga ci wax ale nga ko wax rek nga ko ne na la tooga te yaa train la xale si jëf laa waxee jëf la ne toppee nit ma ne ko we don't want to go I don't want to talk make me a 10 minutes so they gave me 10 minutes 10 minutes video of what we have done from the first regime, second regime, third regime. And we showed it. The thing. I went there, I stood like this, I didn't talk the whole thing. And it's ready, I said, thank you. He said, no, where are you going? We have to ask you, can I see audience job? Let me say that. Mangia, what is a big money? How did you achieve this? How? Because it's almost impossible. But for 3 things, it's not a secret, and I will give it to you today. You want to be like us or better, because we want to see you better. Listen to me on these 3 things. If you have them, you will stand here maybe in the next 10 years to deliver a lecture on other students who are graduating from Mr. Fanes College. 1, you have to be ready to be educated. Ham. Gis nga ñun suñ parents ci kaw bi lañ jógee fii ñu bëri seen yaay dañoo jaay seen nag yi jaay lu nekk pour yóbbu leen school ci yaayam toxos la doon jaay dugga si lifin di soona jaay ko pour yóbbu ko school am loolu tax because they gëm ne xam-xam rek moo laa yóbbu from this level to another level tey what makes a difference between me and the village boy is they dem school su demoon school mun naa am ne mu ngi am moom yeneen compagnie yu gën a riche moom so dama bëgg a yéen students yi ngeen xam ne lii du graduation ku leen ko war a leen di nax lii start-up la lii lecture la tey dañ leen di lecture ngeen mun a jëlee fii dara mu catapult leen to another level yéen leen nit benn wax rek gis nga Singapore yu ngeen ñu dégg nii yëpp benn leader moo dee ñëw rek transform the whole thing. If I did that, I'm going to I will try to be better than this guy. So, be like ham hamla. Lumuna def pur ham defo. Lumuna def pur ham defo. Nya, wah na apa ni? Tengah orang dini. I don't care apa dini lah. Apa dini? Nya terbi, boy tengah am yar. Gis nga ñaar yëpp fa leen amee xam-xam diine amuloo yaay doo am dara wërsëg bi du ñëw yes wërsëg du ñëw dafa des naka ngaa comporter sa boppa naka ngaa networkee pour mun a attract ñeneen ñi ci yow idea te loolu last one bi nag léegoo-léeg gars yi am ñaari de waaye lu ma tiital nag Gambia léegi mooy ñetteel bi gars yi ñu ko dee am imaam neexut ba neexut yar dafa des xale yi déglootuñ kenn soo waxee balaa ngaa wax sax ba pare dem na laay du taxaw sax déglu la dama bëgg a yéen ñu am privilège tey pour toog fii dama bëgg ngeen bàyyi seen xel si ñette yooyu daay leen as much as possible loo leen mën a def soo leen jógee fii nga ne what is the next step professeur Fane jox na ma opportunity dama egg si level bi duma ko waste man soo demee suma office suma kër doo gis benn daal di graduation suma certificate sax ma fu mu nekk I don't know where it is because dama jeexal graduate that day for the next day I was on the flight back to start work boo ma ne léegi xam-xam bu ma am naka lay def njëriñ ñi ngeen am diine ku si nekk Christian mu am diine ku si nekk muslim mu am diine ñun depuis diine lay nekkal diine moo laa jox yu ma laa wax ni moo laa jox gis yi doo fenal kenn doo tappale kenn ba pare nit ku am diine dafa lewet xool du soxoree kenn koo gis rek bu nga mu sut la yéen na ngeen boole si yar su la nit tooñee sax déglu ko taawal nga déglu tubaay am very sorry balal ma aha you know lu la yar du jox yéen a dikk du la ko jox so tey kontaan na trop pour ñëw fi pour waxtaan ak yéen parce que dañ need leaders yu bëri society bi dafa lack leaders society dafa lack leaders so nee na ñu try ñu am ethical te doo mën a nekk leader te amuloo ethical values yu yor comme Mohamed Dia éegul fu mu éega nii ci caaxaan dëkk bi dafa ndaw de man mën naa fee toog yeneen wax lu neex ngeen di taatu waaye nga keneen na toog sa boo ne la waxut dëgg démb rek gis naa ko muy def ABF fii dëkk bu ndaw bi in fact internet bi moo is a global world su ma demoon sax di ko def feneen sax di ngeen ko dégg so dama bëgg ñun ñëpp ñu bàyyi xel ne yéen opportunité bi ngeen am xale yu bëri ñu ngi toog amuñ ko dem leen of compte jàllal fii wala nga jàllal baat biir kàmba ngeen dem rek ngeen gis ñaata xale ñoo solu daala solu yére amuñ ko sax so by force ngeen jox leen ko yéenay seen ko waru leen a fee I thank you very much.
I am inspired. And of course, most of you will quote great leaders in the world. Say, John F. Kennedy said, ask what you can do for your country, not what your country can do for you. But today, we will also create an approach to say, Mohamed Jah, CEO of Q Group, said, please charge your battery. Charge your battery. That means fulfill what you promise yourself. All the time. Very important. Inspiring thoughts. Take the ceremony as a learning point. According to what he said. So that's why I have to give him extra time. I wanted to even charge you that. But take this ceremony as a learning point. Where the FKF executives? It's not a graduation room. This is not a graduation. Please note it down. You can remove it now. Very important, inspiring point. Be a good Muslim. Now that is very important. Being a good Muslim, you have good values. Those values will be embedded in you, it will support you, it will also help you. How do you interact with people? These are points that are very important. Even for you to be a leader doesn't mean you just have to be a president. You can be a leader in your own business. He is a leader. He is a great leader. Please round of applause. 37 years in business, 1,700 staff and more. That is a great achievement. And that is a great contribution when it comes to our national development. So please round of applause. But Mr. Jah, me too have given business to you. Because you dropped from 50,000 here. And me, I have a great business. Am I not inspired? Am I not? I am. Yeah, so I can also sell my own product. Let the 50,000 look. Please, and I have applause to also giving that gift to our two young entrepreneurs. This is the starting point, Mendes and Rose. Maybe when they test you, I know your detergent is excellent. Quick cook, excellent. You said there are no doubt you will continue to do this. These two are really inspiring. Please, a round of applause. Now, I want to ask the crowd, there's a young leader, a young person for that matter, was so inspired, and he said, Mr. Cisse, can I ask Mr. Jah some question? And I was like, okay, let me follow the protocol. The protocol is, do we have you in our list? We don't. So now, I want to ask the crowd, do we entertain question? Can we entertain question? But due to time, my brother, I know you're very inspiring, but engage him. Mr. Jah is here for all of us who. He's a Gambian. Engage him after this program. Some of them have a very good question for you, Mr. Jah. But due to time, we cannot allow them to ask from here. But they will engage you after the show. So that's a platform, huh? Once again, I want to thank Mr. Jah and of course all our speakers. They have definitely shown, they've given us what we require, what we requested from them. They've inspired us. They've given us everything that we needed. But now it is time for you to go out there and start. It's a startup. Mr. Jara mentioned. So start it from there. But without wasting more time, we also have to give you a bit of entertainment.
And before we dive into the entertainment, we also want to tell you what our participants have been doing so far. In this leadership, we play leaders in this. And then we have them here. They have a FKF impact club in which they're trying to inspire younger generations, try to impact their life as well as society in general. Here, what they do is they come out, go to different communities, and then showcase some leadership skills to tell them that this is what we have been learning throughout this month, and now we're here to implement it. So we are open with that also. I know when the program coordinator comes here, he will dive right and tell you more about it. And yes, we will be celebrating our people once again. We have the Art Academy. They're here to give us a list.
All suits, put on your shoes and position your neckties. The journey is up. The sound from the crowds, empty talks till next time. Development is now. Our independence is a reminder of the day we broke out from the dark to shine. So put aside the fight and prepare for the flight. The destination is to a greater nation with industries, building factories of our mango trees, our orange trees, our cashew nuts, our coconuts turned into cocoa juice, orange juice, mango juice, then our income for import juice of these will come to ease. And from here, we rush to the sea, secure our fishing fields, bring fishing trawlers and make our citizens the owner of our sea. And the issue of inadequate and expensive fish in our markets will become a verb in the past tense. Then let's move to the present tense to set the future right. Since we all cannot go back to the farm to produce food for the land, then let us all give respect and priority to our farm. If agriculture is the backbone of our country is true, then we should all honor these and provide for them every tool they need. Feed them with our nation's budget and let them be in the leading figures. Because if we want a food that is secure, we must by all means invest in the agricultural sector. Hello? Tap, tap. The sun has risen. Money, juk jotna. Fogasul, ogasul, waji, tekan dika moy sukalil dika. Dohal, dawal, wakul, wulsak moy tawul, teka sa. Just get up. Go anchor yourself in anything that you can do. Believe it. The constitution of success is true. And section 1 states that sitting is a crime. So go find a tree and fly. Go get a taxi and drive. Go get it for the business and buy 4 days. You will start.
Ignore the eyes. Drop the pride and ignite our lights. Create good roads, make development busy. Let's stop sitting behind our office desks and allow the theories of our papers keep us lazy. It is time we turn talks and theories into activities. Get to the ground, implement the projects to get us results. Stop the fake, the unfruitful workshops you do on our names to make your own gains. So if that is done and gone, the joke judgment, and it is time to rise from the dark times and sign for our independence. Let us stop the thoughts. Clean the hearts. Greed, put aside. Knowledge, we give light. Day and night we get to work. Unify all race and tribes to be a better people. And unite as a nation with one leader and work together. Because my brother, one person cannot push this boat. The big independence better what? Warrek. The turn there. The focus. August. Selmi. Such son. That. Dem dalisi ko menche. Telegi. Jog na way. Mama Dia. Wal mako gaay. Thank you, sir.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Amazing.
Yes, thank you very much. I know I was very audible. We are training people on drama, we are training people on graphic design. So when I say all this list of things, you think that we are pioneers. No. We were believed by the same party that came up with the FKF leadership program, Dr. Fine. was the first person that believed in this dream, that we could build the first art school, 2 years from here back in the days. That was in 2022. When we met, he told me, Abdul, what do you want to do? I told him that, we have been in the art since 2015. So now we want to build an art school because we see that in the Gambia there's no art school. We don't do it. I want to inspire the regular generation. And he said, it can be done. Immediately. And I want to say this too. That's why I have a woman. When I say that I can build an art school, no, we just have to make this clear. It's not your parents that have to believe you or your parents to come to life. Most of the time, your dreams are not understood by your parents. But one, angel that was brought to us, Dr. Frank, and I have to say this. That's why I'm taking this time. Believe in this thing, and now we are impacting life one step at that time. And we look forward to as well, partnering with yourself, Dr. Jar. You are here, we also do not know what I can say, you can also help us. No. Only make another 1 or 2 years. We have the foundation. We want to get some materials, we can see how to handle it. So, maybe that panel is that partnership. You know that we go over there. Thank you so much. Please, one more time, a round of applause. Fantastic. Good job. Good job. Good job. Please, but I all, it's not, you're not graduating anymore. You're not graduating. But I all, students, I want to take this opportunity to say future. Please, a round of applause for my guests. I want to be one. Please, now that I'm being a round of applause for all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was using my tool and doing all. They are both 100%. Most of the speakers, when they are on board here, I see your head, you're like, another guy. Why is out from that door? Once you step out of that door, that's why the trigger will have to be put into action. If you're not action oriented, you'll be left behind. It's hard out there, that's what I was saying. It's hard, but you have to work hard yourself in order to achieve your goals. So our speakers, all of them have dealt on these issues, and it is left to you to now harness it and go out there and inspire others. Please, a round of applause for yourself. You have it here now.
We were inspired by Dance Academy.
Yeah, they said good job.
You said good job. I really did good job. And I think today we are not graduating any longer, right?
No, we are not.
But now we are trying to give blessings. Are we allowed to give them a tip or appreciation? Uncle Jack, are we allowed to give them a tip or a word to just mesmerize them a little? Since they are not graduating. Alright, so now we have to go ahead. So now we will have to call on the program coordinator for him to help us in handing over the certificates rather to our participants, giving them the vibe and also recognize the effort they've been doing. If they work so hard for this time, so we need to appreciate them one more time as we are about to start.
So before we call Abdul, I want to tell you, Abdul is an action man. You know, when he came this morning, he was like, he said, let's start. Time is up. You understand? He's an action man, and I like that. You know, the man of action. Please, a round of applause for Abdul Hayat, coordinator. Abdul, welcome.
Thank you so much. I would like to say you take the mic. Mr. Jar, for your information, before you came, Yeah, like we have to make sure Mr. Jai is around before we observe people to enter in and said that it's time we start even if one person is here. And before I close, my dad called me, that is doctor, asking me if you start on time. I said, do you need to start on time? I suppose you start on time. And Baba, thank you for understanding that. Yeah, so I don't joke with time. In the Quran, God is word of time. So time is respected. And thank you so much all the hard work for recognizing that. Good. So it's time for the big deal. I will call my team to join me to give this certificate. I will call Honorable Mr. Jibu. Please Jibu, join me on the high table or the podium, and I will also call Mr. Ali to join me. You need to remind me, I will not call you because we're about to go wrong. Mr. Vice Ali is around. All right. So thank you so much for that. We're going to start 1.0. Can I? Yes, you want to use. Do you have this certificate here? You know, let's make it. All right. So for protocol level, they want us to start with individual awards. So for the high table, for high table, please note that display. I'm not going to tell you who has the certificate, but display is made by Gambia. And Mohammed actually mentioned earlier, what belongs to Gambia shall always be Gambianized. So it's made by our own MNT part of us, who is also passing out. What I would say, passing out in Israel. Who is passing out? So please, can you rise? Our board, please rise. I want you to give her a big applause. Our board, thank you so much for the film. Everything is pure Gambia, from start to end. From Dr. as the coordinator, as the founder, to me and the program guy, and to all the team, and everything is Gambianized. Alright, so individual awards. While we are doing this, there is an initiative we do. Every month, people actually stood out on the sessions that they do. Danzo is a witness. My brother, Mr. Sisi is a witness. Ibrahim is a witness. Even my chair is a witness. And Dr. Kurba is a witness. When they come to this session at night, they actually showcase really talent. One person was stood out on the rest. So we're going to give out the awards as it goes. But first, I will call for the individual award. I will call my personal imam, because the team must be observed first. Imam, please, you have to come forward and present this award to the mentees. Imam, please give a round of applause to Imam. So we have, Imam, you come here. They said
the program is proudly sponsored by Q Group.
Thank you so much. Q Group, right? Who is the owner of the Q line? Everybody knows. Only then be assured that everybody has the Q line. Yeah. So that we have what we call the male mentee of the month and the female mentee of the month. And the male mentee, the best male mentee of the month of July, goes no other than the man that actually has rights to show us that he's a man of integrity, a man that when he saw everybody listens, and his colleagues actually, when his name was called, they actually know their head. Please welcome on stage, Mr. Alba Kamoni. Thank you very much, brother. Please, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. Thank you so much. Yes. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Albert. Thank you so much. Please give him a better round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Imam, you want to stay there a little bit? You have a female there. All right. All right. Thank you, After Albert. Thank you. All right. So after that, the same month of July, because they said the gender must be observed. If I don't do it, Mr. Njia will tell me, you know, when I come and say, male to sit there, female to sit there, no protocols have to observe. You miss that. So I'll balance it again. So we have the female mentee of the month of July too, those two that desire herself, Madam our Boja. Please, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. If your parents are here, I know they are definitely proud of you. I am proud as a proud of you. I am very, very proud of you.
He proudly started that wonderful speech. So please, a round of applause for her.
Well deserved. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, well deserved. Yeah, it's well deserved.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Inna Alhamdulillah, nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Distinguished guests, FKF executives, fellow mentees, parents, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Like Honorable Hadra rightly said, I am Mr. Lamin Dabo, a teacher by profession for over 10 years now. It is indeed a great honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the successful completion of the FKF Leadership and Entrepreneurship Program of Work 2. I am deeply humbled to have been named the overall best mentee of this conference. And I express my sincere gratitude to the FKF Leadership Academy for this recognition. When we began this 6-month journey, many of us arrived with different goals, expectations, and levels of experience. But one thing brought us together, a desire to grow, to lead, and to contribute meaningfully to our communities and our country. The program challenged us to think differently, to question our assumptions, and to push beyond our comfort zones. It equipped us with practical leadership skills from communication, teamwork, and critical thinking to project management and ethical decision making. For me personally, this journey has been transformative. I have learned that leadership is not about positions and titles. It is about service, responsibility, and impact. It is about showing up even when it is difficult and inspiring others through our actions. The program has taught me that leadership begins with self-awareness and develops through continual learning and humility. I would like to take this moment to express heartfelt appreciation to the dedicated facilitators, mentors, and coordinators who guided us throughout this program. Your presence, encouragement, and commitment have shaped our perspectives and strengthened our confidence. You have invested your time and expertise in us, and for that, we remain sincerely grateful. To my colleagues, the brilliant and hardworking mentees, I want to say congratulations. A congratulations that is from my heart. We all go together, learn from one another, supporting each other along the way. The discussions were the challenges we saw together, and the friendships we built, are memories we will carry forward. I believe that each of us is leaving this academic year prepared to make meaningful contributions in our various fields. As we graduate today, but Uncle just said we should not use that word since we are not graduating. Let this not be the end, but the beginning of a new chapter. our advice. We are stepping out with skills, passions, and purpose. The knowledge we have here is a call to action, an invitation to live with integrity, to innovate, and to become agents of positive change in our communities. Let us continue to embody the values this academy has instilled in us: discipline, hard work, creativity, and leadership grounded in science. The future of the Gambia and Africa depends on leaders who are committed, ethical, and visionary. I believe that each one of us here has the potential to be that kind of leader. Before concluding, I want to inform this gathering specifically our Honorable Jah, Honorable Sonko, the representative from the Office of the President, Dr. Provali and Co., that we as mentees do not only want to graduate and go on our separate ways. We want to contribute meaningfully and collectively for that matter. And for that, we met on Sunday, last Sunday, to create something that is going to keep us together. Because we believe if we should go on our separate ways, obviously some of us might fall.